I'm going to pick one of my favorite color schemes or more than one. You can do like this and one, this and one, this and another, this and another. And do this in the color scheme that I pick to show the value. You can pick this drawing, or you can pick any image you have that's in black, white, and gray. So I'm going to use for these, I'm going to use warm with black and white. So I'm going to start with the balls and this jug thing. For the balls, I'm going to add a lot of white to this. So I'm going to make some yellow white. And have some black on my brush. I'm going to use some pink too. Pink is one of my favorite colors. So I'm going to make some pink white. Where it's darker, maybe a little darker. So you can interpret it the way that you like. I'm going to do pink right here. The pink is in the darker areas. The darker areas are not that dark. Right here I see a dark, so I'm going to put some red in here, a really dark area. You don't have to use all the colors. So I'm going to go up from here. And put more white up here where it's really light. So I'm going to focus a lot on blending in this one. There's a lot of lights in this, so I wanted to use white. I'm going to add some white right here. It looks different when there's a lot of white in it. It looks slightly less, like a rainbow, you know what I mean? So I'm trying to make a painting that I like here. I'm going to mix some yellow into this. That's too much. So I'm going to get some more white and add that to the yellow. And you can blend the colors in. I'm going to leave that for now. So I'm going to go to my jug, and where it's darkest, I'm going to put some pink across. So I'm doing these three objects at least in warm. I'm going to get some white now and try to blend this pink down here. I'm trying to make it an even blend to show the value. And it's dark on the bottom, so I'm going to get some red. Hold on. Let me get the right red. Okay, so I'm going to get some red, and this is the pinker red, primary red. I'm going to put that in the darkest areas. And down here, I'm going to put that same color. Then I'm going to get some white, because it gets pretty white right in this little area, and try to blend the white into the colors around it. And then above here, I'm going to go lighter. I'm going to get my pink again. So this doesn't look, so it looks like a blend. I need to get more white out. So I use a lot of white. When I'm painting. Where is my white? There it is. Okay. All right. And I'm going to lighten this up. And I'm going to have this be like a pink with a little bit of white. And I'm going to get my pink again. Oops. Can have a dark right here and then blend it into the white. I'm adding, whoops, I wanted to get lighter up here. And there's a little tiny bit of light pink over on this edge. And then I'm going to get my white. I'm going to go up here with white and use pink as a dark on the rim, right under the rim. I'm going to outline the edge too. I'm just using a flat, my favorite flat. Okay, so on the rim, I'm going to continue the same. See, I want to blend this a little bit more. That looks too. So you're just experimenting with value of color. I mean, this actually looks more like a monochromatic object, but I'm going to try to vary the color in this just to see what you can get. Okay, so on the rim, I'm going to continue the colors that I have. So they're continuing up here. So I'm just trying to put in my lights. My mediums and my darks. Here it's kind of pink. And it's blending into the white. Okay. I'm going to leave that for now. I may come back to it later. So I'm actually going to get some of my red and put a little bit more dark in this. This looks too light to me. Okay. That doesn't look good. I need to. Okay. Enhance. I'm going on to this sphere. And there's a dark area right here. And then pink. And lighter pink. I want you to do it in a way that seems aesthetically, that's one of the vocabulary words, pleasing to you. We are going to read all the chapters in the book except for the chapter on three-dimensional art or sculpture, because I mean we're only doing two-dimensional art. And I try to make it relate to the lesson. I know I'm getting on a tangent here, but sometimes it doesn't really relate. So, but I want you to get all the information. I'm going to come back to that later after it dries. Whoops. Okay, so I'm going to leave those for now and I may enhance later. I'm going to the background. So I'm going to do the other stuff in the painting. Cool. I want to make these objects pop out. Around the objects is a dark. So those are the lightest objects. So here's a dark right here. So I'm going to make that purple. And I'm gonna, you know, pull it out. I even may, I think I'm gonna make it blue violet. I'm gonna add some blue to the purple. Hold on. Let me get the right blue. It's not focused. Okay. I think blue violet would make it stand out even more. Yeah, I like that better. And I'm gonna pull it out. Oops. I'm just gonna make, there's a table line right here. I'm gonna try to get this background in for right now. But the objects stand out so much more with the dark. So you gotta experiment. It's not like you always want to use a bright color. I don't know if I've said this before. You want to have variation. So you want to have like lights next to darks. You want to have some of the color dulled, like this is almost all tint, and some of it bright. The way a painting works is by the relationship between those two things. Okay. So I'm going to get my larger brush for the background because this is, there we go. I just did the small brush around the edges. And I'm going to add some white to lighten some areas of it. Remember, you have creative license with the background. Okay. I used up all my blue and purple, so I need to get some more out. I'm trying to be influenced by the background to some extent. But if you want to do something else, like if you want to add a pattern, that's up to you. That's too blue. What did I do here? No. Where's my purple? I put out two blues. Hold on. There it is. All right. There we go. I like the blue and the purple. Okay. I'm adding some white to this. And there's kind of an area that's a little bit lighter. And I'm trying to make that and blend it into the darker area. I'm going to go a little bit more purple over here. You can get a lot done with a big brush. And I'm going to get some white. Trying to blend these colors together. The white, if you have paint which is transparent, we're going to talk about this a lot more when we use oil paint, because some paint, the acrylic is mostly opaque, but sometimes some of the colors look transparent. So if you have paint that is transparent and you don't like it, you can add white to make it opaque. Just adding a few more darks in here, and then I'll go to the other part. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. Okay. All right, so I'm going to push this up, and I'm going to do cool for the rest of the painting. Maybe just in the vein of blue and purple. I know this is not exactly, you can pick I said to pick any of the color combinations, so you can pick the color combinations and do them if you want. I'm going to start blocking in some darks. I didn't want it to have it be too colorful. I'm just looking for general areas that I see darks. This has a cast shadow. Some dark under here. There's dark right here. Underneath a lot of the folds in the fabric. Okay, so now I'm going to do a whitened blue for the medium. Why is this? I want ultramarine. Well, I'll just do what I have. Okay, so I'm going to use, for the middle value, I'm going to lighten up my blue a little bit like that. So like under here, there's some shading in the fabric. I'm kind of blocking in right now. And now I'm going to get, that's way too dark. I guess I'm going to go around. Hold on. I'm just making a mess here. Okay, so I'm going to go light blue, which is blue and white. I got it a little bit lighter because some of these areas are lighter. You can do that, or you can go green, yellow, green if you're doing cool. And then I'm going to blend it into white. I'm going to do blue on the bottom. And here, there's a little bit in here. I'm going to lighten with white. This is kind of, it's a little bit different than I imagined, but it still follows the same principles. And then there's white in this one. Okay. There's a dark in there, but I'm going to add that later. So down here, I'm going to do a little bit of the darker. It's still lightened, but it's not. Ooh, I'm messing up all my white. What does this look like? Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit of a darker value. I'm trying to blend the purple into this blue. I'm going to do this whole thing, this value of blue. Okay, so now I'm going to get my purple and I'm going to try to mix this line in. There's another dark right here. And some right here. I'm going to try to make this, you know what, I'm going to do that later. I'm going to let that dry. Okay, so right here on the red, I'm going to put in a little bit of purple. Oops, that's very dark. So I'm trying to make the darks and the lights stand out. I'm going back to my red. I'm going to go right over that. Seems like I just messed it up. But if you mess it up, you can let it dry and try again. I'm going to add some water to this. Oops, now I got it purple. I am messing this up. Okay, so I'm going to get this and rub. There, that cleaned it up a little bit. You can also use a Q-tip. Okay, so now let me get my purple. And go here. I'm doing the hanging fabric. And here, fabric is pretty hard. It's a lot of shading. So purple. To blue. Purple to blue. And I want that to blend more. And then I'm going to go, you can't see, sorry. I'm going to go with the lighter blue that I was using before, this color, and blend that in. I do blend with my fingers to really light blue. Ooh, that's not light enough. Okay, so I'm going to do the same on here. And that's not light enough. Lighter over here. And light up here. Right here is where it folds over the table. This looks really messy over here. I'm trying to blend it in slightly right here, but since it's folding, it's kind of sharp. The edge is kind of sharp. Okay, so now I need to blend this little area in. This looks really messy. When you blend, you can make what you perceive to be mistakes, and then you have to fix them. I'm going to get some more purple over here. So it's a long process to get your painting how you want it. Okay, almost done. I'm going to just do as much as I can in under an hour. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. So in here, I'm going to lighten this dark. And I need to get more white out. Hold on. Okay. I really am going through the white fast. You might want to get an extra white. Okay, so let's go to this guy. I'm going to use this kind of medium color blue around this dark. And then I'm going to get the regular blue that's not blended with white and mix that between the blue and the purple. I need to go back to my purple and add some more and try to blend it in. And then down here, I'm going to lighten even more. I'm going to lighten on the edge. I'm going to leave this as is for right now. There's a dark in there. Let me see if I have time to put it in. Okay. Now, up here, this whole area is lighter. So I'm going to go over this purple. You may find yourself going over different layers often. What did I do here? This is more like this. And then there's a line right here where it folds. And it comes down here. And then, okay. All right, so I'm going to get light. And blend that around. If you can't get it light enough, you can add another layer after it dries. It's getting too muddy. And then here, right in here is a dark. And there's dark here. I guess this is casting a shadow on the fabric. This should be darker. Okay. And then here, I'm going to go medium to light. And I'm going to add white later. It's too muddy right now. Okay. There's a dark purple here where this folds. And there's this. And there's a lot of dark down here. Then here, Let's see. I'm going to go medium blue in here and try to blend it in with the purple. And then do a little dark on the edge. And then here, I'm going to mix that into a blue. I'm going to mix this into a blue. And then I'm going to go light. That's too much paint. Light right here. And light right here. Trying to go a little bit lighter over here if I can. All right. Now, I'm going to go light over here, right under the cast shadow. And I'm going to try to blend this kind of dark. That's too light. Into a lighter value. And go light over here. And you know what? I could spend another, hold on, let me raise it up so you can see. 2 or 3 hours on this, and maybe I will. But as long as you get the idea for the painting, it's trying to use your favorite. I mean, mine is a little different. So I did cools here, warms here with black. Well, not with black, with just white. You could also add black if you want. You can make it more color-based than I did. I guess I just seen too much color, so I wanted to add a lot of white to it. But you can spend more time on it if you want. I'm gonna stop right there. I think you got the idea.